Hey guys, what's going on? 9/9/2012, Sunday. Haven't done a video for a while. I guess today is probably a good day to do one since it's 9/9 and there's some energy, I don't know, portal opening up today or I don't know, something like that. I figured, hey, numbers sound good, 9/9/12, 2012. Okay, cool. Hey, I want to talk about the banks today because everything that's happening behind the scenes right now is exactly what I said a few months ago. I'm going to show this to you guys a little bit more in depth here, but I want to go back real quick to a blog that I posted on JonnyDontPlay.com on June 13th of 2012. It was blog number 8, and the topic, JP Morgan donor, true losses exceed 70 trillion. I basically said, okay, people, here's the lowdown. JP Morgan's done, finished, barbecued, finito. Don't be surprised if branch locations will remain operational. I said a couple of other things, and to get to the heart of what I was dealing with, at the very bottom I said, the real story is that they are being released from the inside out. This is necessary so that the masses will not be shocked. This is necessary for balance to be maintained. This is necessary and good. This is the opposite of evil. So basically the synopsis was, look, JP Morgan's done. It's being released from the inside. The branches will remain operational. Don't be surprised if the stock trades low, and the branches are still operational. It's probably going to be left just as a check cashing facilitator. And again, at the bottom I said the real story is that they are being released from the inside out. This is necessary so that the masses will not be shocked. This is necessary for balance to be maintained. This is necessary and good. This is the opposite of evil. Now, let's fast forward about 12 or 13 days from when I posted this, JonnyDontPlay.com. Link is below. What happens? Well, on June 27th, the Barclays LIBOR scandal busted wide open. David Wilcock and Divine Cosmos did a really good job. There's a link below. He covered the specifics of that day pretty well. So good job, Wilcock. But yeah, the $450 million settlement blew open on June 27th, and it was followed by a lot of other settlements and suits that were settled soon after. So let me go through this. In July, Wells Fargo, $175 million settlement, some discrimination suit. Visa, MasterCard, also in July, settled a $7.25 billion suit. July, Capital One settled a $150 million suit. And at the end of July, JP Morgan settled a $100 million credit card suit. Now, why did all these settlements happen? Literally 2 weeks after I released this blog and said that the real story is that they are being released from the inside out, and then all of this stuff happens. It's because it's true. They're being released from the inside out. The banks are no longer controlled by the same nefarious hoods that they've been run by in the past. There's a new power structure. There are new people running the scene from behind the scenes, and their intentions are good. Their intentions are to settle lawsuits, to turn these banks over from unproductive, nefarious operations into productive, good operations. And you can see that quite evidently in these settlements, and you can also see this in the interest rates, 30-year mortgage at 3.5% right now. 15 years at about 2.8%. These are the record low interest rates. They are at record lows right now. Now, does that sound like a banking institution or institutions way of gouging people by lowering interest rates for home loans to record lows? No. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Do these settlements sound pretty good? Do the bankers are actually coming clean and saying, yeah, we're guilty of this and we're going to pay out? Does that sound like they're this huddled Illuminati pyramid structure where the top people making all the decisions and everybody else has to deal with their shit? Does this sound like that? No, it doesn't. And this is the reason why. Because exactly what I said, all the banking institutions are being gutted. They're being turned over from the inside out. They're being made into productive applications. And let me get back to one more important part that I want to, which is very, very important, getting back to the original post about JP Morgan, because on August 6th, JP Morgan's 4-year civil investigation probe was set to be dropped. The Justice Department says there's not enough evidence to continue the investigation. Well, believe you me, that investigation is going on. That investigation has been going on, but it's all under the covers. It's all behind the scenes. It's being kept very hush-hush, because the one thing that you don't want to do is, like I said, this is what I said. Listen again. This is necessary so that the masses will not be shocked. This is necessary for balance to be maintained. Look, guys, you have to, from a power standpoint, massage the public a little bit, okay? You can let out some of this information and give the public an idea of what's going on, but you can't overload the public with too much information. Do you know what would happen if all of the information that was going on behind the scenes was leaked out into the public? Oh, people would be going nuts. It would be like Orson Welles, I think back in the 50s, when he made that fake radio broadcast and he said that Martians had landed on the planet. Well, that's what it would be. People would be crashing their cars. People would be running their cars into buildings. People would be, running to the grocery store and grabbing every little bit of food that they could get. Everybody would go mad. So you can't do that. Balance needs to be maintained. And yes, I said all of this stuff. The banks are being gutted from the inside out right before all of this stuff happened. JP Morgan scandal or silver investigation, it is being handled from the inside out. Don't worry. The banks are being turned into productive instruments rather than nefarious institutions. And you can see that in the 3.5% mortgage rates, and you're going to see more good stuff come out of the banks. So I wanted to get that today because I said this a couple of months ago, and also this ties in to the exact specific timetable that I laid out in the beginning of 2012 with the video The Illuminati Fold Their Hand and A New World Rising was let out in the beginning of 2012. I said 6 to 7 months, guys, and then the layperson's going to be able to easily see that, hey, we are not in the same world. And the Barclays scandal on June 27th was literally a few days away from 6 months, spot on, from the first video that I released, Illuminati Fold Their Hand, which was on January 22nd, 2012. So, that is what's happening. That is exactly what's happening. I would challenge anybody, professional, expert, or otherwise, to be that accurate in their predictions and their interpretations and their delineation of what is going to happen. So, guys, look, man, everybody, all these professionals, again, getting back to them, are talking about this collapse and everything's going to fall apart and oh my God, the world's going to end, everything. No, they don't know what they're talking about, okay? All societies have different levels. All societies have different increments and different plateaus, okay? And these guys just don't have the elevated position so they can see what's going on. And that's what's happening. You watch it happen. You watch the bank, just like I said, JP Morgan and this blog still remain operational. Don't be surprised if the stock price is low, and many branches still remain functioning. I said it right here. They're all being gutted. They're all being turned over. They're being taken from nefarious, bad institutions, and they're being made into good, prosperous institutions because the people behind the scenes that are running it are a different structure and a different entity. And that's what it is. So, okay, guys. 9/9/2012, some energy Gaia gateway. I don't know. Something like that. I just figured, hey, sounds good. 9/9/2012, the numbers are good. Oh, I'll make a video. Sometimes it's good to take a break, guys. And sometimes it's good to be able to dwell on things and not be so hasty in wanting more information. Sometimes it's cool just to kick back and take in what you have had on your table for a while. So take that into consideration. Again, thanks for listening. And thanks, guys. See ya.